Democrat mega donor Tom Steyer talks about Gillum, DeSantis, and Trump. You see how they put the Patriot at the end? Gillum is a Soros-funded candidate. I don't know who this Tom Steyer is, but I skimmed through the article, and he's basically another Soros. This was posted 7 hours ago. Billionaire, Democratic activist, and mega donor Tom Steyer speaks to a Tampa Bay Times reporter at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay before a town hall meeting in St. Petersburg that evening. In the age of unlimited campaign contributions, wealthy mega donors such as Charles Koch, Robert Mercer, and George Soros have become as well known as the politicians they support. Why are they so well known? Because people put up with it. That's why. These socialists are funding local politicians, and I've been telling you this. Sorry, I shouldn't yell at my YouTube group. I haven't been telling y'all this because I haven't had a YouTube channel for a while. I've been telling Facebook this for about 2 years now. And this will also be posted on Facebook. So, Corey was right again. Add Tom Steyer to that list. The California progressive activist has pledged to pour millions into Democrat Andrew Gillum's campaign. George Soros already poured millions. I wonder why California, which is a communist state, wants to pour millions, just like George Soros, into Gillum, the first black governor. You know what? He's not going to win. After this Ford hearing with Kavanaugh, do you know how many comments I saw online that said, hey, look, I was a Democrat? This is disgusting. I was a traditional Democrat, by the way. Is it sad that we have to say currently, in the current year, I was a traditional Democrat? Like it was different years before Trump, and then it started changing. That's what happens when you get indoctrinated to Marxism. It's what happens to these college students on campus when debating is simply shouting in their own little circles, or what you call them. I'm not sure. You have to go to your safe spaces sometimes. You have to go to your free speech zones. Well, I thought we lived in America. The California progressive activist has pledged to pour millions into Democrat Andrew Gillum's campaign for governor and to boost turnout among young voters. Steyer, 61, is most famous for the year he has spent marshaling petition signatures calling for the impeachment of President Trump. Steyer. Nice. Is that a face? Is that Steyer? Okay. Oh, okay. Anti-Trump. All right. So you're anti-America. Okay, let's go. He also led dozens of town hall meetings across the country championing environmentalism, affordable health care, gun control, and also education, because he cares so much about your well-being. This billionaire Tom Steyer, he cares so much about you. He loves you. He wants to kill your kids. Oh yeah, he is a Democrat. Yeah, he wants to kill your kids. Planned Parenthood. He's a billionaire, you know. He wants to tell your kids it's okay. You should take those drug hormones when you're 5 to turn yourself into a girl. Do you hear the beautiful music behind me? It's okay, just do it. Just do it. Just take those drugs. Brian, you're only 5. If you want to be a girl, you can be a girl. It's okay. Oh, you don't want to be? That's fine. We're still going to teach you in school that it's fine if you're a girl, Brian. It's absolutely okay. It's bullshit. He's also led dozens of town hall meetings across the country championing environmentalism while he rides around on his global jet, spewing carbon emissions and CO2, warming up the air for all of us poor-ass bitches. Affordable health care, gun control, which he has plenty of security surrounding him at all points in time, and education. Just like the one he attended Friday night at the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg. He was around my town? Before his St. Pete town hall, he sat down to talk to a Tampa Bay Times reporter at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay in downtown Tampa. His actions have many wondering whether the billionaire investor is considering a presidential run of his own. You guys gotta be out your goddamn mind. Are you guys that clueless to know that America would not hire you as the president? Are you kidding me? Do you see what you just Oh my God. When asked in Tampa he was mulling a campaign of his own, he quickly answered, "No. I keep saying it, but it's really true," Steyer said. But that evening in St. Petersburg, his answer shifted. "I'm going to wait and see what happens on November 6th to see where we stand," Steyer said. "I'm very ambitious to be part of the group of people to rescue America." They are the opposite. These people are socialist. What don't you get? Soros and Steyer and Koch? Are you kidding me? But my role is less than important than that. It happened. During his earlier discussion with the Times, he talked about his nationwide efforts to help out the youth vote for November's midterm elections, his support of GILLUM, Soros back, and his belief in grassroots campaigning when he's in support of GILLUM. A billionaire is supporting GILLUM, a socialistic billionaire who has overthrown more than 10 countries. Ukraine, Libya. Look at Libya. There's slavery in Libya right now because of Soros. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ, people are so fucking stupid. See, that's the thing, is they don't think people look up information anymore. That's the issue. I think that Andrew Gillum, first of all, on the issue lines up with us very strongly. I think it's been very strong. Advocating in terms of working against gun violence, working on healthcare, working on climate change, and environmentalism. He's been somebody who is very strong on the concept of justice across society. Look, they are fucking gaslighting y'all. It's the opposite of what they're talking about. So what it means to say is, I don't care about the environment. I'll run my jets around anywhere. He's been somebody who isn't really that strong on the concept of justice across society. He doesn't really care. He cares about himself and his own monopolistic futures and investing money in different corporations that actually are like Google or Amazon, that have a monopolistic hold over, the little people like us, like Steyer likes to think, like we're just little people. But he has to say these type of things to make it seem like he actually cares about society. He straightforwardly opposes the values of this administration. All right, well then he opposes America then. On the policies he lines up with but more than that, he is someone who is willing and able to talk truthfully to people in a way that makes sense. Yeah, because Trump has 20,000 people sitting outside of his rallies that cannot get into his rallies. That makes sense. I think one of the big questions in America politics 2018 are people using a cliche or code word or inauthentic. I think it's something different. People are actually trying to address the issues in a straightforward way which I truly believe Andrew Gillum does exceptionally well. He's exciting for Americans because I think the vast bulk of people in Florida and the vast bulk of people across the country think democracy. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic with a constitution. Like I've stated before in other videos, a democracy is like the Democratic Peoples of North Korea. Or the Democratic, whatever the fuck they call it. Democracy is not rule of law. Democracy is where two wolves get to vote and the sheep also votes, but the two wolves get to vote who eats the sheep. The sheep doesn't have right to life. There is no right to life in communism. So the two wolves get to vote against the sheep. You know that it's outnumbered. That's called mob rule. So stop calling it a fucking democracy. It has been hijacked by rich corporations, talking from a billionaire, and the elected officials don't put the interest of their constituents first. What's at stake in this election for Florida and the nation? The two people running for governor have very, very different values. Pretty much on every single issue, there is a stark of contrast between what Republicans want to do in states they take over and what Andrew Gillum is talking about. What he could put. Yo! Judicial Watch, George Soros, look at that ad. Look at that ad. That's awesome. I think there is a Republican playbook, and the playbook involves cutting taxes, cutting education, privatizing education, cutting healthcare, privatizing healthcare, allowing pollution, feeling like corporations are really in charge. Shut up, dude. Oh my God. Going after immigrants, trying to reduce abortion. Like, I love how people who aren't educated enough look at this and they believe this guy. They're like, this guy's a billionaire. He really has my rights. Like, they don't know what he's talking about. He's literally does not care about their rights. If you look at what Andrew Gillum stands for, he's backed by Soros. That's all you need to know what he stands for. You can pretty much turn all of that on his head and then throw in, he's a strong opponent of gun violence. So that means take your guns away. Take your guns away, Florida. I think that on every single issue, he has much more inclusive value system. It's inclusive, so it's good. It's good. It's progressive. And one which is much more about supporting and investing in citizens and allowing them to be successful so society can be successful. What's your view of the Republican candidate for governor, Ron DeSantis? I'm voting for him. That's my fucking view. I can't say I have that nuanced view on Mr. DeSantis. I know his policy positions. Obviously, he's been reported nationally on some things. He said in statements he's made on any number of things. He seems to be in positions because he's a supporter of President Trump. That's it. He's only... you know what? I'm going to link this. Like, I can't read all this right now. I'm too drunk. I got to get this out. I love y'all. Bye.